Jack-o'-lanterns smile their secretive, broken-mouth smiles as they peer out from behind darkened windows. 8-year-old Denny Grayson hurries down the sidewalk. He can barely contain his excitement, for tonight is Halloween! A chill carries through the air, carrying the tang of wood smoke. It is a very good smell. Over his shoulder, a moon follows him, almost like a balloon tied to a string. Denny looks up and sees the man in the moon smiling. Underneath his latex Frankenstein green mask, he smiles too. He's been waiting with much anticipation for tonight. A group of kids pelt by him, anonymous in their costumes, but their new Adidas and Nikes show that they're part of an exclusive club that Denny could never be a part of. They go up to the door and knock on the door, yelling, "Trick or treat!" in high, childish voices. Denny quickly scurries to the next house. A stab at the doorbell brings forth a smiling, silver-haired lady. "Oh, my, aren't you scary? Oh, does Cat got your tongue? Why aren't you saying trick or treat?" Denny shakes his head and says, "Can I have some water?" Her smile wavers and a blush rises to her face as understanding comes. "Oh, I'm so sorry. Of course you can." As she turns around to the kitchen, Denny reaches into the candy bowl sitting so invitingly by the door. He barely has time to retract his hand when she comes around again with a glass of water. He takes it, turns around, takes off his mask, and takes a sip. "Thank you," and holds out his plastic sack. She gives him an extra candy. After he's visited each house in the neighborhood, he hops on his bike and starts racing the moon streetlight by streetlight. He eventually gets to the part of town where the houses aren't so nice. He bikes a familiar path home. When he walks in, his mother is passed out on the couch again. He barely has time to hide his mask and his candy under his bed when she stumbles in. "Oh, baby, I'm so glad you're here. See, Mama had the most terrible dream. There were children and they were screaming and crying." Denny turns away from her and sits on his bed. And I had a dream you went out trick-or-treating again." And Denny knew she was going to talk about it. "And I'm so sorry, baby. I mean, if I just checked your candy, I mean, what kind of sicko would put a razor blade in a child's—" Denny turns away from her and looks out the window. I know the kids at school bully you, but I talked to Dr. Palmer the other day, and he says he might be able to help." "He can't help." The silence between them is thick like a wall. And then that's when she notices he's wearing a jacket. "Where were you tonight? You weren't out trick-or-treating, were you?" As she grabs him and turns him around, trying not to flinch at the disfigured face before her. "No, I was just making friends." As he turns and looks out the window again, he reaches his hands into his pockets and feels a lump there. It's a candy bar. He'd almost forgotten he placed one of these in each of the candy dishes for the homes he visited. As he thinks about all of the kids who would make fun of the way he talks, his hand clenches tightly. A sharp pain reveals a flow of sticky red wetness flowing down his palm. He'll have plenty of friends to talk to now. As he looks out the window and smiles a terrible, secret smile, he sees the moon smiling back at him. Only this time, its mouth is flowing blood. Thank you.